All right, we're good, Kirk.
All join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I didn't.
Oh, sorry.
But thank you. Good evening and welcome to the October 5th, 2021 Northern Lebanon School District Committee meeting. I now call this meeting to order. This meeting is being recorded. Thank you for joining us this evening. Now, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence led by Director Klein.
I pledge allegiance
The flag, United States of America, the republic for which it stands, one nation, for God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Martin, may I have a roll call, please?
Gray,
Here.
Erdman,
Here.
Fowler,
Here.
Marlowe,
Here.
Murray,
Here.
Klein,
Here.
Sekelic, Nam,
Here.
Bucks,
Here.
all members present.
Thank you. Item 2 is adoption of the agenda. May I have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
May I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? This is a unanimous roll call vote. Your vote will be recorded in the affirmative unless you say nay or I abstain. The motion has passed. Item 3 on the agenda is the public comment session. Those wishing to make public comment were asked to submit that request by 4 o'clock this evening via email or online form. Tonight, we have one request for public comment, and that public comment is Mr. Brian Wood. Is Mr. Wood here this evening? Kirk, is Mr. Wood online?
He was having difficulty with the online form. I think he was planning on attending. We'll check with him and see if he's attending next week.
Okay, then we will move ahead. The minutes shall note that public notice was given for the meeting in accordance with Act 84 of 1986. Notices and advisements of these meetings will carry the intent that limited business may be conducted on any scheduled meeting date. Now we move to items 5. These are discussion items for board action this evening. Dr. Messinger will introduce all 4 of these items, and then we will presumably have a vote on those items.
Yeah, a couple of things that we needed to address tonight, both personnel and for next Monday. The first 5.1, we have 2 personal leave requests to approve. We have a resignation to approve. We have an employment of Ellie Wallace as a PCA and also for Jordan Zimmerman as a psychologist. And that's filling the vacancy by Brittany. That's with Brittany Lapp moving on. And then we always do a flu clinic each year for the teachers. We try to do that on Columbus Day, the Columbus Day in service, which is next Monday. And we have the flu vaccination agreement so that we can provide that to the teachers next Monday.
Are there any questions on any of these items? Hearing none, may I have a motion to adopt items 5.1 or to approve items 5.1 through 5.4 as presented?
Motion to approve items 5.1 through 5.4 as presented.
May I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? This is a unanimous roll call vote. Your vote will be recorded in the affirmative unless you say nay or I abstain. The motion has passed. Now we move on to item 6. These are items for discussion that will be on the consent calendar next week.
Yeah, a couple of things. The first, item 6, the first things we have are the 3 normal approval of minutes, the student activity count, and the cash disbursements.
Any questions on those items? Then we move to item 7 would be budget and finance, but there are no items scheduled for the agenda next week, which is the same for buildings and grounds. We do have an item there under extracurricular.
Yes, it's our annual trip to New York City. The volunteer club goes to help serve in some soup kitchens and deliver items to the homeless shelters. The costs for us is to have substitute teachers.
Any questions on that item? All right, then we move to curriculum.
3 policies that are in a tentative adoption. Take a look at those. If you have questions, holler, and I'll have answers for you next week. And then obviously that's the first approval. They'll bring it back for final approval the following month.
Any questions there? Then we move to human relations.
Yes, we have several professional substitutes for you there to approve. And then also we'll be granting tenure to Mrs. Koval and Mr. Lingle.
All right, I am assuming that everybody is comfortable having those items on the consent calendar for next week. There's 2 informational items there. Dr. Messinger, did you want to discuss those?
Yeah, I do want to talk about the first one. We had teachers bring forth 2 new possible courses, and we're giving them permission to start development of the curriculum. Obviously, once that's done, it would have to come to you for approval. And I do want to side note, Mr. Reese is going to join us next Tuesday. I think it sounds like people are available for a workshop to talk about the curriculum cycle, just kind of go over that. It's been fully developed now and going through the, principals have taken a look at it. We feel pretty good about it. So a couple things he wants to highlight for you. I know that's been a problem in the past, so I'm going to make sure everyone understands the timeline. And then we need a representative for the Lancaster-Lebanon Joint Authority Board. You may have seen my email with that description. So you can recruit someone outside of the board, or you can volunteer to do it if you like looking through audits and that kind of thing. But at some point, we'll need somebody for that.
Any questions there?
Yeah, just because I can't be a potted plant, what department do those curricula fall under? Out of
Mr. Reese,
curiosity. Great, thank you.
Any other questions? Is there any new business for discussion this evening? All right, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
May I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? This is a unit.
My son's in 6th grade. I'm just curious, who's responsible for saying that he can't not wear a mask? Doctors know? Allergies? Who's responsible for that?
I will talk to you.
Can you
And
hold your question till after the meeting and
we'll
then
adjourn
we
and
can
then
have a
I'll talk with you.
personal discussion.
This is unbelievable.
So if you could let us adjourn the meeting first, that would be great.
If you look at the real studies.
Adjourn the
Okay.
meeting. Adjourn the meeting.
This is a unanimous roll call vote. Your vote will be recorded in the affirmative unless you say nay or I abstain.
The school, I really just.
The motion has passed. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.